Abhishek here.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Vishnu Dutt, and today we are going to talk about a course which is very, very close to many people, and that is switching fundamentals, right? So, to begin with, what I am going to cover in this session, right? So, first thing first, I will be talking about why behind data center networks, and this is our USP to talk why behind anything, because if you consider, if you understand why behind any technology, any concept, it is going to be with you for a longer period of time, right? And believe me, it is going to take approximately maybe 15 to 20 minutes to just explain why behind data center networks. We are going to talk about what is the prerequisite of this course and what should be your expectations from this course. Okay, then we are going to talk about what basically switching fundamentals are, right? What we are going to cover. And then one of the most fundamental discussion. And believe me, guys, I am sure that you all have many years of experience, right? But when somebody discuss why do we need MAC address if we already have IP address, although I have a complete video of 1.5 hours on this discussion, but let me explain you one more time because it is really crucial. On internet, I can see a lot of places where we can find answers, but believe me, what we are going to learn today, it is going to be really, really different. Okay. Then important dates and announcements. So I strongly believe that we will be covering everything in next 1 hour or 1 hour 10 minutes. So this is my promise to you. If you give me next 1 hour of yourself, you will learn some pretty cool concepts. Having said that, let's move to our first board, which is why behind data center. Okay. So although we have many characters here, but I'm not sure whether you have taken my classes or not. I can see
Can we start in Hindi, sir?
this is not the Hindi class, Mr. Abhishek. Hindi is going to be tomorrow. Okay, this is just the basic free class,
For
and most of the audience
data
here,
center Hindi, na?
yeah, it is going to be starting from
Okay.
tomorrow, not today. Okay.
Okay, nice. No, oh,
Okay.
nice.
So we will repeat this lecture tomorrow also, but this is for basically wider audience who haven't registered for this course. Okay. So do not worry, your class is going to be there from tomorrow. This course is officially
Got it.
will be starting from tomorrow. Okay. So having said that, although
Right.
I see that many people are here, but if you have seen my videos, we have taken some example from the characters Rahul and Anjali. But today it is slightly different. We are talking about a company. The company name is Sports India, and believe me, the owner of this company is right here. Although it is a fictitious company, but we always say the owner of Sports India is Mr. Chandan Roy. Chandan Roy is with us for a longest period of time, right? And I can see him right here also. So Mr. Chandan is the CEO of Sports India Private Limited. And what this company does is they sell sporting goods. What is the meaning of sporting goods? We are a nation of more than 1,000 crores people, not 1,000 crores, 100 crores people, right? And here, basically, we are mad about so many games like cricket, football, and so many other games. So, Mr. Chandan has decided that he will be making these sports product for all the India, right? And this is his idea, and that is why he is working towards it. Maybe 6 months back he just started, and now he has a huge fan following across India. He has more than 200 employees. He just opened an office in Delhi, right? In and around Delhi area. So you can see this building belongs to Mr. Chandan Roy's organization, and the name of that organization is Sports India Private Limited. And this is the Delhi campus, right? So generally, what happens at this campus? Maybe around 200 people daily come, right? And they talk to each other on their mobile phones, their laptop, and by the way, laptop is also provided by Chandanji, right? because he wants that basically every employee of his organization has the unlimited connectivity to internet and unlimited connectivity to each other. So these 200 people who come to this office, right? They collaborate with each other, they talk to each other, they play with each other, and then basically they can easily connect to internet also, right? And now here we are network engineers, right? We are network engineers. If we see this building, we just see switches and routers in it, right? So you can always say, Mr. Vishnu, we are not interested in this beautiful picture, whatever you have showcasing me. This is just a building. But if you see this building from a network engineer perspective, you are going to see routers and switches in it, right? Because at the end, business is a business, right? Chandanji is doing business of sports goods. That is perfect, right? But as a network engineer, I see that the employees of Mr. Chandanji, right, they should have unlimited connectivity to internet and maybe unlimited connectivity to whatever application they want to use. What is the meaning of those applications? Do not worry about it. We will be discussing about it. Okay. So this is the very first board. I have showcased you a beautiful building. This is the campus building of Sports India Corporation Limited or Private Limited, where more than 200 people come and work. As simple as that, right? Now, let's talk about from a network engineer's perspective or what a network engineer is going to see as a part of this building. So the building is on the left hand side of this yellow line, this one. This is the physical building. And if I say, as a network engineer, I see this, right? So in a campus network, what is going to be there? I have taken example of only 4 different employees. You can also call them users. It is very, very simple, right? These are my users. These users comes these users come with the laptop. They talk to each other, right? And maybe somewhere here we have internet, and these users also connect with the internet, right? Now, as the business is growing, so the demand of these employees are also growing. What is the demand? Just try to understand how Mr. Chandan Roy's Sports India Private Limited is working, right? How actually it is doing his business or its business day by day. So basically, what's going on in this campus network, Mr. Chandan Roy ji has placed a server, right? This is my server, and here basically they are running a website on this server, which is www.sportsindia.com. Really, really interesting, right? Why this website is running? This website is running because Mr. Chandanji is selling all of their sporting goods, right, through this website. So this website is available to everybody who is on internet. No matter wherever you are, where you are in this world, you can access this sportsindia.com website from anywhere, right? Very crucial application, very crucial server for Mr. Chandan Roy's business. As simple as that, right? Then you might be wondering that, Mr. Vishnu, I get the point that Chandanji has to do business and that is why he has sportsindia.com server. But why this blue server is there? Believe me, there are many other servers also, but I have chosen 2 to showcase here, just like 4 employees out of 200 employees. But this is making sense. I cannot draw each and everything, right? But these 2 servers and these 4 employees can create a big picture for you for that campus network. What actually going on this blue server is, suppose this is employee whose name is Mr. Rahul, very dedicated employee, right? And here is another employee whose name is Miss Anjali. Okay, so Rahul and Anjali wants to share a file. This file is very, very important to share. Otherwise, Anjali is not going to work, right? If that is the case, there are many ways to share this file. Maybe Mr. Rahul can attach this file in an email and send directly to the Anjali, right? But what is going to happen if this file is so important that these 200 people maybe sometime somewhere needs this file? If they also need this file, it is really wise to put this file on a server, right? Maybe the file name is file1.txt. This is a very crucial file for Mr. Chandan Roy's organization. And if that is the case, everybody wants to access it. And if that is the case, right, there is a special, or you can say there is a special server which can store these files. And the beauty of this server is that anybody from Chandan Roy's organization can go into this server, right? They just provide their credential. The meaning of credential is just a username and password, and they can download this file. And by the way, this kind of server is known as file transfer server, or the protocol which is running on this server is FTP, file transfer protocol, right? We also can call these servers, right? Basically the services or the applications which are very, very important for Chandan Roy's or Mr. or sportsindia.com. There are many other servers too. For example, now there are more than 200 people, right? We need to make sure that we have a complete data of these 200 people. We need to make sure, if I say we, I am sportsindia.com, I need to make sure that I have a complete record who is earning how much, right? And that can be stored in another server, which can be a payroll service server, right? Believe me, there are many such servers in any organization. You must be thinking, Vishnuji, that we are talking about data center network and you are explaining us campus network. Believe me, I am answering your question, right? I'm answering the most fundamental question. Why do we need data center networks? We were working pretty fine. There is no issue with respect to this model. Maybe tomorrow from 200, Chandan Roy's campus or a campus is going to grow. Maybe he's going to buy one more building, a big building around Delhi, and then they have maybe 800 people. And if they have 800 people also, this model can work. It is as simple as that. They will have some more server, that is fine. They will have some more employees, that is also fine. What we need to do, we are network engineers, we only play with these switches and routers. We are going to increase the number of switches, right? If there are many employees, and then if we have another branch too, or basically which is very nearby, or another building which is very nearby, then we can just put one another router, right? Or few more switches. We all know how to do this switching and routing. It is as simple as that, right? So why do we need data center network? If the work is going on, we should be in this mode, right? So here you go. Now what is happening? Mr. Chandanji company is growing, right? It is growing like anything. So we have this big campus network right here, which is in Delhi, right? And we have few more branches because there is a huge demand from Bangalore, there is a huge demand from Hyderabad, and Chandanji also have opened a factory in Nagpur. I'm not sure why, but maybe he got some space there, right? So it's a big factory where they actually produce sporting goods. Very, very simple. But now Mr. Chandan Roy company or this is Sports India is all over India, right? So we have Delhi network, we have Bangalore branch, we have Hyderabad branch, we have Nagpur branch. I can say that maybe 300 people are here. In Bangalore, they have 100 people as an employee. In Hyderabad, they have 50. And in Nagpur, they have a big factory. So they have 250 people here. Really, really interesting. So I'm not sure whether some of you are outside India, if you understand or not the geography of India. That is why I have put a map here. So basically we have Delhi somewhere here, right? And we have Bangalore somewhere here, and then Hyderabad somewhere here, and then Nagpur we have somewhere here. Very, very interesting. When I introduce SD-WAN also, I take this example because at the end, you need to connect all these buildings too, right? And that is why you are going to take help of a service provider or maybe an internet service, right? A service provider can provide you internet service as well as private services also like MPLS and others, right? What you need to do, you need to connect your Sports India Delhi campus to the service provider network, then Bangalore branch also, then Hyderabad branch also, and at last the Nagpur branch also. And believe me, if you do that, all these things can communicate with each other, right? Means whoever is the employee in the Bangalore branch right here, they can communicate to whoever or somebody who is sitting in Delhi. It is as simple as that, right? We are not talking about this network because you all know this is actually your WAN network. If you are interested, we have a complete SD-WAN course also for you available on website. Very, very interesting course, right? But the matter of the fact is we are not talking about WAN here. We want to talk about why do we need data center network. But I do believe now that you understand that Sports India company is growing. It is everywhere. I'm just talking about only 3 or 4 offices of Sports India, right? But maybe within no time, maybe within 1 year, they might have stores also all over India, not just the website, just like Decathlon you see, right? So maybe they are going to have maybe 1,000 or 2,000 branches pretty soon or stores pretty soon, right? And as a network engineer, I can see the network is growing. And you can again ask Mr. Vishnu, do not show us buildings, show us what is there in these buildings, right? From the perspective of a network engineer. So here we have the next board where we are going to talk about why behind data centers. But now the buildings are gone. Okay. Now the buildings are gone. I have changed the diagram so that it can make more sense to network engineers like us. We have this campus network, right? We have this branch, or you can also call it site. This is my Bangalore branch. This is my Hyderabad branch. This is my Nagpur branch. And the distance between the campus, which is in Delhi, and Bangalore branch is approximately 2,100 kilometers. And that is why I'm saying that this is my WAN network, because WAN means wide area networking. If I talk about something which is pretty close to each other, maybe inside a building, we call that is LAN, local area network, right? So maybe this Nagpur branch is pretty small. They have only 2 big halls where 10 or 20 people comes and sit. And then we can say it is the LAN network. Again, the Hyderabad here, basically we are talking about LAN. This is my local area network. This is from here to here, my wide area network. And now we are again here. See the problem. And I'm pretty sure that maybe you can be able to, you can guess it, that what is the problem in this approach? The problem in this approach is, suppose if somebody here, Bangalore, want to access a server which is inside in Delhi campus, what they need to do? From Bangalore, they need to come to straight away to Delhi and they need to access the server. I am there is no doubt about it that if we have only branches or if we have only campus network in Delhi, there shouldn't be any issue. We are in Delhi, my server is in Delhi, I can access it. But try to understand, if we talk about Bangalore, right? We are coming straight away to Delhi to access this server. Similarly, if I talk about Hyderabad, maybe I am coming from Hyderabad to access this server. And again, from here to here. And you must be thinking, what is wrong in this? There is no problem, right? That is perfectly fine. So if I show you the geography of India, what traffic flow we are talking about, right? So if I am in Bangalore, which is right here, if I want to access some server, I need to travel across whole India. You can see here, right? Let me change the pen from here to here, then from here to here, from Nagpur to Delhi again, right? So Mr. Chandan Roy ji were quite happy with this network though, right? But now he's seeing some issues, some problems. The guys who are sitting here in Hyderabad or maybe sometimes in Bangalore, they say that although they are able to access these applications, but with a little lag, right? The people here in the campus are really, really happy. They do not have faced any problem, right? Because server is pretty near to them. So Mr. Chandan Roy ji has a special network engineer, and the special network engineer name is Mr. Rahul. He is good. He is attending all the sessions, whatever we are doing, right? He's pretty good with switching and routing. So he's suggesting something pretty interesting to Mr. Chandanji, that Mr. Chandanji, why don't you take all of your servers, right, and put them in a location which is maybe closer to, or which is maybe fairly closer to everybody, right? And Chandan is saying, why only servers? Because, and then Mr. Rahul is replying, because the most of the traffic, whatever is coming from Bangalore, Hyderabad, Nagpur, or other part of India, it is only for the servers, right? Although there is some traffic where employees want to communicate with each other, Bangalore and maybe Delhi, but that traffic is not that great. But most of the traffic, people wants to come to their office in Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Nagpur to access these applications. By the way, if I say server, these servers are running some services on top of it, which are also known as applications, right? So if somebody is saying my campus is running application, the meaning is basically there is a server, and on that server some service is running, which is very, very important for your organization. It means that there are many applications can run inside your campus network, and many of the or for your branches are also interested in those servers, and that is why you are getting a lot of traffic on these servers, which is all over from India. So it is wiser to just take out these servers out from your campus network and put them in a facility or a building. And Mr. Chandanji is saying, again, one more building I need to buy, right? And that is a totally different topic, and we will be discussing in this course that too. But yes, there are many service providers also. There are many players, and you can buy your own facility also. The point Mr. Rahul wanted to make is you need to take out these servers and put them in a place so that it is fairly equidistant from all of your sites. Then Mr. Chandanji is looking at India map, and they are looking that what thing is almost closer to everybody, right? And they found a place near to Mumbai, somewhere here, right? And Mumbai has other extra advantages also, because basically it's a coastal area, and if something has to ordered by this company, right, they have been ordering from other countries, and there is a way which is a, you can see this is all the coastal area, sea is here. So with the help of those huge ships, they can order things from outside, right? And that is why basically they have decided to put all their servers here, because servers, maybe Mr. Chandan Royji is planning to buy it from somewhere else, some other country. Let's not talk about the location. But now, if you see that the distance between the offices and this central location is almost same. I'm not saying that this is the only reason of moving your data center from campus to somewhere else. This is not the only reason. There are many other reasons, right? But we are just having a general discussion. We are just putting ourselves into switching, right? Into data center switching specifically, right? So we need to understand from where this data center concept came into picture. So because basically Mr. Chandan Royji was facing an issue. He wants that all of his employees should see these things or these servers, or maybe all of your employees do not have any issue in accessing these servers, right? But when these employees talk to each other, this guy says there is no problem with any application, right? I go and check to anything, right? Without any lag, without any delay. And if you talk to this guy says, although the service is okay, I don't face much problem, but yes, sometime there is a lot of lag, and because of that, I'm not able to do my work. And when Chandan ji listens this is not good, guys. Okay. So in the meantime, I can see that 27 minutes is already passed. So if you have any doubt till now, just raise your hand. Otherwise, what we can do is we are on the next board. And believe me, now we have introduced something which is in Mumbai. And you must be thinking where my campus is. My campus is right here. And in this campus now there is no server. Very, very interesting. But is there any routers and switches? Yes, we have switches and routers also. Otherwise, how come these employees are going to be connected with each other? Similarly, we have Bangalore branch, Hyderabad branch, Nagpur branch. Everything is right there. But if you can see, we have introduced one more facility here, which is the collection of all the servers, all the application, all the services are running now in data center, right? Why we are calling this data center? Because this is the center of data. Everything, whatever Mr. Chandanji needed, right? Everything, every data, right? Every important service is running right here. This is the center of data. This is data center, right? Although I'm just saying it's a center of data, there are so many other things also. But let's talk about that. I think you all understand that why there is a need of taking all of your servers from your Delhi campus to somewhere else, right? I'm not saying this is the only model we have. There are many companies still which prefers to put their servers into their campus itself. Maybe if there is a company, right? If there is a company which is right now in Mumbai, right, and they have their campus right there, and then they have everywhere their branches, Mumbai is a very good location, right? They can decide that I can put all the servers in my campus. Maybe I can buy another building. And although it is pretty near to my campus, I will be calling it a data center, right? Why? Because I will be putting all of my servers right there into the data center. It is as simple as that. Interesting, right? So this is the little why behind the data center. Although we will be discussing almost in every class, there are going to be 12 classes in this course, right? Now, let's talk about next board. What is the course prerequisite? Believe me, there is no prerequisite for this course. Nothing, absolutely nothing, right? But you should be curious. Whatever comes to your mind, just do ask it. That is the only prerequisite for this course. If you do not know even switching fundamentals, if you do not know anything in switching, that is perfectly fine. If I say anything, right? If you do not know anything in switching, just do join this course, and believe me, we will take you when you finish this course along with two others. You will be pretty good data center switching engineer, right? And now I would like to tell you that anyone can know, but the point is to understand what is the difference. I think we all understand. I think we all have read this formula: a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus b square plus 2ab. And many of us do not even know that why we have learned this formula. Even we always curse mathematics, it is not of any use. But this is for sure that everybody everybody knows this formula, right? Then someone says, can you calculate 101 square of 101? And what people will do? They will do 101, 101, and then they start multiplying with each other, right? Believe me, if you know this formula, then you are going to do this way. But if you understand this formula, what you can simply do is you can say 100 plus 1 whole square, which is 100 square, 1 square plus 2 into 1 into 100. Believe me, the calculation this way is going to be very, very simple. And that is why somebody somewhere has written this so that it is going to ease your work, right? Just wait a minute, guys. Is there any issue with respect to my screen? Can anybody please unmute themselves and just inform me? Are you able to see the screen, guys?
Yes, everything is
Yes,
fine with
yeah.
you.
Perfect, perfect,
Yes.
perfect. So the whole sole point of this course is going to be, I do not want to let you know things. I want you to understand them, because if you understand them, it is going to be very, very easy. These concepts are going to be with you for a longer duration of time. Having said that, let's talk about what actually our goal is. So by the way, guys, our goal is to design a data center using BGP EVPN technology, right, with VXLAN. If you do not know anything about it, do not worry. I just want to let you know that many of the many scalable data centers have been built on this technology. You can argue with me, Mr. Vishnu, ACI is also there. There is no doubt about it that ACI is there. It is one of the most prominent solution also. It is everywhere. But believe me, here we are going to talk about standard. ACI is great. It is Cisco's proprietary solution. I'm talking about standard solution. So whenever you see the huge data centers, right? Whenever you say AWS, whenever you GCP, they are having the huge data center. And if you go and check what is the technology on which they have built this huge infrastructure, the answer is going to be this one: BGP, EVPN, and VXLAN. So this is my goal. This is my goal to teach you all these concepts. But believe me, if I start straight away explaining you BGP, EVPN, it is not going to make any sense. To understand, to design a data center network with VXLAN, with using BGP EVPN, believe me, you are going to need two or three more things, right? And when I broke this complex piece, right? I would never say it's complex. It's very easy. If you break this problem of designing a data center network with VXLAN, BGP, EVPN, right, with this hammer, you are going to come up with these three different topics. Believe me, if you do not know switching fundamentals, BGP VXLAN is going to be very, very tough for you. If you do not know multicast, it is going to be tough for you. But if you understand these two concepts, it is going to be piece of cake for you, right? If you do not know why do we need VXLAN at the first place, what were the problem associated with the existing switching solution, this course or this VXLAN BGP EVPN is not going to make much sense for you. So these 12 hours, although if you are my existing customer, you all know that if we say the class is for 1 hour, it goes to 1 hour and 15 minutes. Why? Because people ask questions, because people ask great questions, right? So we are going to spend 12 hours, 12 to 15 hours on the switching fundamental side. What we are going to cover, you can always check on the website. It is right there. Then we are going to talk about multicast, specifically multicast routing, because it is going to be the heart of this discussion. Many people have requested me that, Vishnu, why don't you teach us multicast? It is everywhere, wherever you go, whether it's the SDXS network. Somebody was talking, there are many requirements that multicast should be enabled on the SD-WAN network, ACI, everywhere the multicast is. And people find it a little bit difficult. And the reason is because it is slightly different way of routing. But if you understand the why behind multicast, you will get to know it. It is one of the most easy concept which I have ever learned. Switching is easy, multicast is easy. If you have these two things under your belt, basically the goal is going to be very, very easy for you, right? So although I could have said that basically there is a 3-month course on BGP VXLAN, but the point was I want to give you choice. If you have switching, if you have a knowledge of switching fundamental, just leave this course, right? Join me at multicast. If you have multicast knowledge also, join me directly in the VXLAN with BGP EVPN. If you know that also, do not join anything, right? Having said that, let's talk to one more thing. What should be the expectations from this course, right? And this picture is really, really interesting, whatever I'm showcasing you here. Maybe there is somebody here who want to learn this BGP VXLAN, right? And want to make career out of it. And believe me, if you know BGP OSPF well, you are expert in BGP and OSPF, maybe for several years, you can do this and you can make your career, right? I'm not sure whether you are aware that Code BGP is a company which Cisco had acquired recently. What they were doing, they have a pretty clear view of entire world BGP. Just try to understand. A complete company is formed out of this protocol, BGP, right? And Cisco has acquired it recently. So I'm not saying that BGP can be a career for somebody, BGP VXLAN can be career for somebody. But if they have this career option in that, then they can go inside this technology till 100 kilometers, right? If I say, if you want to go in this technology 100 kilometers deeper, this is not my job to walk with you or run with you till 100 kilometers. What I can do is I can make you, I can assure you that I will be walking with you for initial 20 to 15 kilometers or maybe 25 kilometers, but those are going to be rock solid. Those are going to be your base. And if you can build this base, it is up to you if you want to choose this career in BGP VXLAN, right? As I mentioned in my so many classes, that if you even spend 10 years of your career only in BGP, believe me, there are going to be many things which you do not know about BGP, even after 10 years, right? So the expectation should be that Vishnu is going to walk with you for the initial 15, 20 kilometers, so that it is up to you if you want to run, if you want to walk, if you want to jog, it is up to you after that, right? Having said that, let's move to another board. What basically switching fundamentals? So you all understand now that there is a need of Mumbai data center. Why? Because we want to take my servers out from the campus and put them in a place where it makes more sense to everybody, right? If that is the case, how these servers are going to be connected? And you must be thinking, Mr. Vishnu, this is not a good question at all. We all know we are routing and switching engineers. We are going to need these switches. And maybe because somebody is sitting outside, he wants to order from Mr. Chandan Royji companies, right? They need access also, right? So maybe we are going to put the router also. Routing and switching is required in the data center. But believe me, there are many different requirements of data center switching, right? If you go, you all aware of VLANs and STP and so many things, address resolution protocol. If you are not, do not worry. We will be talking about them. We will be understanding why behind them, specifically spanning tree protocol. And the reason is, if you get that we have literally eliminated STP from this data center switching. I'm not saying literally eliminated means we are not using it. Yes, of course, if you want to connect the previous networks, we need STP till yet. But yes, STP was creating a lot of issues. What were those issues? If you get them, maybe VXLAN is going to be easy for you. You all have heard about a problem which is VLAN stretching. If you do not, that is perfectly fine, because VLAN stretching is a pain for many, many network engineers. And that is what VXLAN is solving, right? Believe me, once again, I use this word, believe me, a lot of time, right? Again, if you understand the why behind these concepts, you are going to be understanding the data center switching concepts pretty easily. We are going to talk about VLANs, trunk spanning tree. The most important piece is first hop redundancy protocol, which is HSRP, right? Ether channel and virtual port channels. Why on earth we need VPC if we have already Ether channel? Why basically we are going to need a different kind of topology, which is span and leaf everywhere. And the most important part is this server's connectivity, because now you are not connecting your laptops, you are connecting servers. What is the difference? The difference is, maybe if the server is not reachable, there is a huge loss to Mr. Chandan Roy's companies, right? But if this laptop doesn't get sometimes internet connectivity or something, it is okay, right? There is only one interface card, maybe Wi-Fi or wired, you connect from this laptop. With servers, there are many, right? A server can have maybe 8 to 10 NICs at a time. Very, very interesting. And what is going to happen if you connect this server for the redundancy sake here as well as here, right? And maybe the NIC is the network interface card address is same. Maybe you have put one switch. Very, very interesting. This MAC address is going to be here, and then it can create a lot of issues. Believe me, those were the issues when somebody here, in case Mr. Rahul, suggested that the server should be here, right? And when we were making infrastructure for these servers, there were a lot of issues. And if you understand those issues, data center switching is going to be very, very easy for you. And now many of you must be wondering, Mr. Vishnu, if that is the case, why do you have these two different looking elements, right? We know switches, we know routers. What are these, right? Believe me, if you are a true network engineer, nowadays a network means if you go to any company, companies companies want Superman, right? They are not asking for network engineer. They want that, okay, I need a person who is really, really good in routing and switching. He knows somewhat data center also. It is going to be great if it's good with the security concepts. And at last, I'm connecting with the cloud. He should be good in the cloud also, and many more things, right? There can be a discussion on this topic maybe after this class. I will be there for 15-20 minutes if you want to spend some time around this. But yes, Now it is a network engineer should know a little bit of security. Because if you say, I know how to design a data center network, and somebody asks, okay, where do I need to place my firewall? It is going to be difficult conversation for you, right? Believe me, it is not that difficult at all. Where to place your data center, where to place these load balancers, what these devices are, right? You can help load balancers and firewall guys where exactly these two things are going to fit into these data centers. Very, very interesting, right? And this is going to be the whole sole purpose of this entire course, right? We will be talking about switching fundamentals. And if we are good with the fundamentals, we'll be talking about multicast. And if we are good with that, we will be talking about these data centers. We will learn how to make scalable data center networks. As simple as that, right? Anybody has got any doubt, please do ask. Otherwise, I will move to one of the most controversial topic. Maybe some people says difficult. Some people says it is very, very easy. And here is the answer for that, right? The question is very, very simple. Why do we need MAC address if we already have IP address, right? In our daily life, we do not need two addresses. I have my home address. I live in Bangalore, right? And there is a complete address which identifies me. And if somebody want to reach here, I have that address, right? Anybody can reach me. But why on earth in computer industry we say we need MAC address also along with the IP address? Okay, you might be having very, very clear picture about this topic, but I have a different analogy in my mind, right? I want to share with you. Maybe we will be finishing this class in next 15 minutes. I just need your 15-20 minutes more. And believe me, you will be amazed to see that we do need MAC address. And why do we make it, why do we need MAC address? It is going to make more sense for you, right? MAC address looks like this, IP address look like this. Most of the places on internet, if I go and search, people say MAC address is a physical address, IP address is a logical address, and that's why we need them. If something is physical, if something is logical, it doesn't mean we need to use both of them. There must be some logical answer for that, right? We are network engineers. And before network engineers, we are engineers, right? We talk logic. And believe me, if anything is not making sense, it means that it is not understood. Let's try to understand. We all know this fact. We need MAC address. We need IP address. Let's try to understand why do we need it. Having said that, I have a pretty decent analogy for you, right? And most of the guys, believe me, if I explain this to a college graduate, even a student in 10th grade, they understand this, right? Because this is an analogy. But when I convert this analogy into computer system, they don't get it. Let's try to understand what I want to convey the message from here. The message is really, really simple. The first, try to understand this diagram. What we have Anjali here, right here, right? And she needs to send 4 different letters to 4 different cities, right? I'm not sure why on earth she would want to do it. Maybe she has friends all over India, right? And to differentiate, basically, I have marked them with different colors, right? Interesting. So these letters should goes to different different cities in India, right? So what she did, she put them inside the envelope. And if I showcase you this particular envelope, what Anjali is going to write? If Anjali wants to send a letter to Mumbai, she should know what is the address of this house. And that is why she is going to write the address of Mumbai house where she would like to send this message, right? Believe me, whatever I'm going to talk for next 5 minutes, you would say Vishnu is totally mad because we know all these things. But believe me, when I convert it into our system, you are going to love it. Which system? I'll let you know. But here we are just talking about a system which is known as postal office system, which is there for maybe 100, 200 years. It is working. It is working in today's environment also, where we have emails, where we have WhatsApp, and so many applications to convey our message. But believe me, postal office services is still working fine, right? What Anjali needs to do? Anjali just needs to write the address on this envelope, and then she is going to put all these 4 letters, which are meant to different cities in India, inside this box, the red color box. Everybody understand that red color box, that if we want to send a letter, I need to go to a nearest red box, which is a post box for me, and I will put all my letters to there. And the only condition is that Anjali should write the address on this, right? It means that Anjali understands this system. Anjali knows if she wants to send some letter, she needs to put that letter inside the envelope, and then she needs to write the address of a person where she is sending these letters. As simple as that, right? So what is going to happen? Somebody is going to collect this letter from this red box, and then they are going to put it to Delhi office. And by the way, I have by mistake put this router here. This is actually the building, and this building is known as Postal Office, right, for Delhi. I think if you're in Delhi, you can see that red color building is there near the Connaught Place, which is postal office for entire Delhi. So what is going to happen? Somebody will collect the letter from these red box and will get these letter into the Grand Post Office of Delhi. Very, very interesting, right? This is the building, guys. Although inside this building, if you are watching it from a network engineer's perspective, there are going to be routers and switches, because Postal Office Service is also using these routers and switches, right? But leave that router for now. Now, what is going to happen? Inside this building, there are many people work who are sorting these letters, and they will say this orange letter would go to Mumbai, green letter would go to Hyderabad, then white letter would go to Bangalore, and the red letter is going towards the Jaipur. It is as simple as that, right? But try to understand the difference between Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. There is a huge difference, and that is why this postal office is using another system, which is a train system in India, to deliver these messages from Delhi to Mumbai, Hyderabad, and Bangalore. It is as simple as that, right? And there might be the addressing scheme on these train. Maybe this train is 210. The number of this train is 210. This train is 310, which is going towards Hyderabad, right? And this train is 410, which is going towards the Bangalore. And believe me, somebody from this postal office understand this numbering scheme, and what it needs to do now. He or she is going to put yellow letter inside this 210 train, then green letter inside, or letterbox inside this 310, and then the white letter should go right here. You must be wondering why Mr. Vishnu is talking about this. Believe me, this is going to be very, very crucial. What is happening now? See, if your letter has just address written on it, it doesn't mean it is going to reach to its destination, right? You need some more systems to work. By the way, when I compare this with computer networking and how you are going to send your packet. This letter with this address is going to be your IP packet with source and destination address. It means that if you write on a packet the source and destination address, it doesn't mean it is going to reach at the destination. You need to take help from some other systems also. It is as good as that if you have a letter in your daily life, it cannot reach on its own. You need to take the help of postal office, and postal office service in itself is going to take the help of train systems, right? So what is actually going to happen? Actually, these packets are inside this train. Somebody else is taking them. And by the way, in real life, we call, or basically in computer networking side, we call it encapsulation, because somebody, if take my IP packet, who is having source address and destination address, right? Why? Because this cannot go on its own. Just like my letter cannot go on its own, it needs help from some other systems also, right? One such system is train system. And what is the addressing scheme used at train system? Because postal office guys should understand that 210 is going towards Mumbai. If he needs to send a letter to Mumbai, he or she needs to put that letter inside this yellow train, inside the train who is having 210 numbers. Otherwise, it cannot reach. So it means that my message, Anjali's message, is actually inside the train. The train is taking that message. Which message? 210. Sorry, this message with this number. Which train? 210, right? It is as simple as that. The second message is going to be taken by this guy, 310, towards Hyderabad. Now, do postal office service need train system all the times? Believe me, it is not, right? Because sometimes the distance is really close. If you talk about Delhi and Jaipur, although there is a train, but postal office is saying if I want to send something to Jaipur, I'm not taking the services of train system. I will be taking the services of road. Road is another system, believe me, which is developed by Government of India. And on this road, there are many vehicles, and postal office's service is using a truck which is going from Delhi to Jaipur. They are going to place this letter, the red color letter, into this truck, and truck is going to send this. And believe me, this system, the road system with truck, it's going to have another addressing scheme, because this postal office guy cannot put this letter inside any truck. He has to put this letter on a truck. Maybe the number of the truck is 510, which is going towards Jaipur. It is as simple as that. Why I am taking the example of two different systems. One is road, one is train. I will be clearing that out in your next board. But on a bigger level or a big picture level, I think you get that how your messages are going to go from one city to another. It doesn't make much sense that you just write the address on letter and just throw it somewhere. It is never going to reach, right? You need to take help from postal office service. Then postal office service needs to take the help from train system. Then maybe it needs to take the help of maybe any transport agency to move the letter between Delhi and Jaipur. And now just have a look at it. Don't you think this is what you see in your daily life, right? What we are doing, we have just replaced that postal office with the router. And this was my train system, right? Train system is not there. This is taken care by Ethernet system. What is the meaning? So Anjali's computer has again written a message, and what your TCP/IP model did, this TCP/IP model has taken this message from Anjali's laptop, right? And then this message is going to be encapsulated in IP packet where TCP IP is going to write what is the source IP address and what is the destination IP address, right? Suppose destination IP address is somewhere here in Mumbai. Really, really interesting, right? It means that this message needs to go to Mumbai. Just like Anjali put that box into the envelope and then it reaches to Delhi. Suppose this message, yellow message, reaches to Delhi. And now here we do not have any postal office. We have a router which is fully capable of seeing what is written on this message, what is the IP address, and where it needs to be sent. Just like that building has a lot of people working, right? They can take the letters from Anjali and they can decide that whether this letter should go on to the train system or truck system. That is how this router is deciding that, okay, this message wants to go to Mumbai. Mumbai is far away from me. I'm going to use something. Although, see, analogies are imperfect. Do not confuse this with the wider area networking, right? That Vishnu is making fool out of us. This is wide area networking, and why Mr. Vishnu is using Ethernet system. I could have easily said that all these offices are inside Delhi, and right, or houses are inside Delhi, and we have Ethernet system, Ethernet man. But let's not go into the discussion. The whole sole point is when this message reaches here with the source address, source IP address, and destination IP address written on it, this router has to decide where it is going, right? Just like your normal letter cannot go on its own, this router decides that if it needs to send this message towards Mumbai, it needs to take the help of this Ethernet system, which do not understand IP address at all. Just like your train system. Train system has nothing to worry about what you have written on those envelopes, right? That is not the responsibility of train system. Train system knows that 210 is going towards Mumbai, 310 is going towards Hyderabad, and that is it. Although there are many more things in the train systems. Really, really interesting, right? So this router has this envelope, this IP packet where source address and destination address is written. This router cannot send it towards Mumbai unless it takes the help of Ethernet system. And this Ethernet system understands only MAC addresses. Whatever inside here, by the way, inside Ethernet, we have switch. The switch understand only MAC address. It doesn't have to worry about anything an IP address. And if that is the case, what is going to happen? This IP address needs to be encapsulated, or basically you need another big envelope, and this envelope is going to contain source MAC address and destination MAC address. Destination MAC address of what? Destination MAC address of somebody who is here in Mumbai. And believe me, this switch is going to see, okay, destination MAC address is connected to 0/1. The packet will be here, and from here it will go here. And that is why we need MAC address, because just like my train system does not understand what you have written on the as an address on the envelope of the letter, right? Same on the same path, Ethernet system does not understand whatever you have written on your message. The IP address, it doesn't understand. And I'm assuring you, Ethernet system was developed in parallel with TCP/IP. There were two different forces who were doing these two things. They didn't know each other at that point of time. But Ethernet got so famous. Most of the time, network engineers use this Ethernet network all the times, right? But I have another example for you. So it doesn't mean that you always need MAC address if you want to send a packet from one place to another place. For example, see that Jaipur, from Delhi to Jaipur, we need truck services, right? Here, maybe these two routers are directly connected over a wire. And if that is the case, This is not the Ethernet system. This is something else. And that system is point-to-point system. Believe me, if you want to send a packet from Delhi to Jaipur, and if these two routers are directly connected with a point-to-point system, you do not even need MAC address. What you can do is you can just make your message. And then I'm not saying that you do not need anything extra. I'm not saying that you do not need, you need something, but you do not need MAC address. Just like truck service or truck system has its own addressing scheme, point-to-point system has its own scheme. Because there are 2 points connected, we do not need address, because we always know who is at other side. Similarly, we have different kind of system in network engineering, right? We have frame relay, we have ADM, so many. And if you talk about frame relay, they have their own addressing scheme like data link connection identifier. If you know that, if you do not know, that is perfectly fine. The point is that if you have a message, right? And if it has to travel on Ethernet system, you have to use source MAC and destination MAC, because this is how the system is designed. You cannot expect a train to take your message, right, on the basis of whatever the address you have written, right? You need to mold down yours, right, to take advantage of train system, and that is what IP is doing. IP layer take advantage of whatever is there at the data link layer. Maybe it's a frame relay network, it's an Ethernet network, it's a point-to-point network, whatever is there, you need to take care of that. As simple as that. Now with that, I would like to take a pause here, and I would say this is just the beginning of this course, right? I'm sure that some of the things might not be making sense to you. So please raise your hand, right? Otherwise, I would say that this course is going to be starting from tomorrow. The first class is going to be tomorrow, Monday, 7th of August, right? And we will be meeting thrice a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We didn't decide to work on Friday. Why? Because I have noticed from my past classes that people do not attend some of the classes on Friday because they are in party mode. So what we have done is Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But if you do not like it, we will change it. The language is going to be English and Hindi. If you know me, whatever I teach in English, generally in the live classes, I always teach in Hindi. So if you understand Hindi, right, select Hindi. But if you do not have any option, you know English, right, then English class is there. Duration is going to be 1 month for sure. And 12 classes, 1 hour, 10 minutes. Very cheap course, not in terms of content, but in terms of money. It is just 1,999. Or if you're outside, it is USD 25. Having said that, we will send you the link if you want to register it. Otherwise, I am open to take any of your question, whatever you say now. Anybody, any question?
What's timing?
Timing, okay, I haven't mentioned. So basically 7 to, sorry, just wait a minute. 7:30 to 9 is for Hindi, and 9 to 10:30, it is PM by the way, is for English. Anyone? Just raise your hand and please do ask question. Yeah.
It's 9:30 to what time?
9:30 to, 9 to 10:30.
9 to 10:30. Okay.
Yeah. English is 9 to 10:30. Hindi is 7:30 to 9. Mr. RR, you have raised your hand. Please do ask question.
Hi Vishnu, how are you? So you mentioned that the course is going to be English and in Hindi, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for me, it's like a very difficult to understand Hindi. So whenever you are explaining the content, if I missed it, so it is very difficult to me to go further on that to understand the topic.
Okay,
So
okay.
is the
No.
is the session was completely separate, or the English is
Session,
separate and the Hindi is separate, or
Sessions are going to be completely separate. One session
oh
totally in
then
English, the other session is going to be
okay.
totally in Hindi. So these I'm talking about two different
So
sessions.
okay, what is the timing of English session and Hindi session, if you don't know?
Yeah, so this is I mentioned here. So from 7:30 p.m. to 9 is Hindi. From 9 to 10:30 p.m. it is English. The days are Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. Thanks for that.
Mr. Mandar,
Will you also will
no, please raise your hand. Otherwise,
sorry.
it is going to be difficult for us. Mandar Tambe, please ask your question now.
Yeah, will it be any recordings will be available if you miss any lecture?
Definitely, we will be. So I'm not sure whether you have attended my past lecture. We will be posting the recording in 10 to 15 hours whenever our class finish. So if you enroll for this course, you can see all the recording on my website, which is bridgewire.com. Okay. So recordings will be there to answer your question. Now, Mr. Kabilan, please do ask your question. Mr. Kabilan.
So yeah, so will you also cover the configuration, or it will only the concepts? How do you?
So basically, we will be working on these Nexus devices. It is not going to be concept because if I teach only concept, if I do not show how these things are going to be on real devices, it is not going to make any sense. So we will be taking Nexus as a platform where we will be showcasing you most of the things. Okay, Mr. Kabilan?
Okay.
Mr.
you.
Amjad, please ask your question.
Yeah. So hi, Vishnu. Actually, my question is that as we are doing this course on the working days, so on any day if I miss the Hindi class, can I join English on the same day just to avoid that if I could miss the 7 to 8 batch? So because I'm okay with both Hindi and English.
Language is never a barrier.
Is
Language is never a barrier for us. If you register for any course, Hindi or English, you will be entitled to both the languages. So do not worry about it. If you miss one class, you can take another class. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Perfect. Mr. Varun, please do ask your question. Mr. Varun.
Hi, Vishnu. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Mhm.
Yeah, so Vishnu, I have just a small question. So you said this is a data center course, right? But if I'm not wrong, then there are several other things in the data center apart from the networking, like servers, firewalls, load balancer. So are we covering all these, or we are just focusing on the networking
We
part?
are only
This is my
focusing,
question.
yeah, that's a nice question. We are only focusing from network perspective. As I mentioned, the whole sole goal of whatever we are doing is to understand how to make scalable data center using BGP EVPN with VXLAN, right? And unfortunately, we cannot cover that unless we know the switching and multicast. Okay, so there is no point that we are never ever going to discuss in this course about load balancer or firewalls or basically the storage. This is going to be purely from network perspective. But it's a great question, Varun.
Okay. So one thing to add, so like I am someone who is from the AWS background. So like I'm working from in AWS as solution architect from last 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
So will this course be beneficial? Because I believe it will be beneficial because if you are working on AWS, everything is abstracted from you. So
yeah.
If you can add anything to it,
Yeah. So
how could it be beneficial?
And basically, I see the cloud engineers, doesn't matter GCP or although they have some different technologies to deploy these things. But believe me, Mr. Varun, right? Mr. Varun,
Yes.
if you want to
Yes.
understand how actually this AWS cloud is built at the server level itself, this course is going to be very, very important for you. We are not talking about
Thank you.
how you are going to create your workload or something in the UI, in which basically you have done a marvelous job, right? We are talking about how these servers are getting connected so that if somebody is creating their network on top of it, so basically how it happens, right? How VPC is created. Although we are not going into the cloud concept, but you can be easily able to relate that what is going behind the scene at the server level. Okay.
Yeah, got your point. Got it. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Perfect. Mr. Naveen K. Anjeri, please do ask your question. Mr. Naveen K.
Yeah, I think a couple of questions were answered.
Hmm.
So it's like once we have already enrolled for the course, Vishnu, so it's like we would be getting 1 year access or how?
You all will be getting 2 years
Okay.
access for this course. And there is one more announcement I will do. Means if you register by tomorrow, although you have already registered, I will give you one more course free with that, which is Transmission Control Protocol, which is one of my flagship product actually. So just an announcement.
Okay, okay.
So 2 years
Thank
recordings
you, Vishnu. Thank you.
recordings will be with you. And
Okay.
and one more thing which I forget to tell you, and although there are only 52 people, so I always say this, that see, your money is on stake, although this is pretty less money, 2,000 rupees, but even in the 12th class, I am saying that they are going to be 12th class. I always repeat this. Even in the 12th class, if you say, Mr. Vishnu, I didn't get what I wanted from this course, you just need to tell us that what went wrong and how we can improve. Your money is totally going to be refundable even in the 12th class also. So do not worry about. Money portion is totally been taken care. If you do not like it, even in the last class, your money is going to be refunded. Now, Mr. Ankur Mishra, please ask your question.
हेलो
Yeah, Ankur ji, please go ahead.
हेलो तो मैं ये पूछ रहा था कि इसमें लैब एक्सेस भी मिलेगा क्या हमें कुछ
No, there won't be any lab access for
Datacenter
this. You
study?
need to arrange your lab. But yes, I will be guiding you how you are going to create your own lab. But believe me, 2,000 rupees, I can not accommodate that, and I don't have the infrastructure for that also. But I can guide you how you are going to build your lab. Lab is not going to be part of this course.
ये ईव पे करना होता है या जीआरई
We will let you know. Means Ankur ji,
ईव प्लेटफॉर्म
yeah, we will be using Eve. We will be using Eve NG. Okay. Then
Okay,
Mr.
okay.
Abhishek Singh, please do
Thank
ask
you.
your question. Abhishek ji.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. So my one question is, like, can you please arrange 1 or 2 course also, like MPLS with internet, one course for us, for me actually, that I wanted.
It is already
to
there
know
on
after
website.
this.
This way only means I believe the MPLS course, whatever we have, is one of the best thing to go. But you need to understand BGP before that. So BGP plus MPLS is already there. If you want to just have a look at our website, it is not. It was recorded with almost more than 80-90 people. So the quality of question is really amazing. You would love it, definitely. People are loving it.
Okay. And the second question is like you are starting switching from fundamental to end as till 3 courses. So can you please start a routing as well also after this course, after switching course?
Routing is also there. It is absolutely freely available. 12 hours routing course is already there. Just have a look at it. You will be amazed to see that we have covered it. So my website, my website was basically doesn't have any course on switching. So that is what I am building this course separately. Any Abhishek ji question ho gaya. Then Mr. Pradeep Kumar from Nokia, please do ask your question.
Yeah, Vishnu, just rephrasing, I think someone has already asked this question. Just confirming that if anyone, I am basically comfortable with both Hindi and English, but if anyone wants to join Hindi class or something like related to timing, so he can join in particular day, or it is, English class, if I have applied for that, I have to join only English.
No. You can join both the classes. If something is missed, you can join after. I'm again repeating, language is not a barrier at all. Okay?
Okay, done.
Mr.
Thanks.
Braj Bhanu Das ji, please ask your question. Braj Bhanu Das ji. Mr. Braj Bhanu ji, can you hear us?
Hello, sir. Is my voice audible?
Yes, your voice is audible. Please do ask.
Hello.
Yeah, please do ask.
So actually, I have CCNA switching fundamentals. I have done my CCNA course, and I have that certificate. So, do you think that this switching fundamental course will enhance my knowledge, and or does it have the same content with the CCNA?
It is going to definitely enhance your knowledge because whatever. By the way, if you are comfortable in last 20-minute discussion we had on MAC address versus IP address, if you are comfortable with that, you knew all these things previously,
Yes.
then you can definitely leave it.
Yes.
Then means if you know the concept of virtual private port channels, VPCs, if you understand FHRP, if you understand Anycast gateway, if you understand spine and leaf technology, please do leave it. We can directly meet at the multicast and or the last course. Okay. This is just for the complete means if I had started this BGP EVPN course directly, believe me, I would have gone through these 12 hours because these are the fundamentals, and I always want fundamentals to be absolutely clear so that we can understand the few things. For example, do not believe if you know BGP well, if you know the nitty-gritties of BGP, means the fundamentals of BGP, the core fundamentals, SD-WAN is going to be only 10 or 15 days course for you. Means only 10 days. If you spend 3 or 4 hours, SD-WAN will be just very, very easy for you to understand. And that is what I'm saying. If you understand switching well, multicast well, just join me in the last course, which is VXLAN. But there I won't be answering most of the basics question of the switching and all. Right? Otherwise, I will never ever able to complete the course. Having said that, let's ask Mohammed Sabir ji. Please do ask your question, Mohammed Sabir ji. Mohammed Sabir ji, can you hear us? If you're talking on mute. Okay, so I think Mohammed Sabir. Yeah, go ahead, Mohammed.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have mentioned the switching fundamental code is based on the Nexus switches.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's different from the Cisco iOS.
See,
commands.
at the end of the day, Mohammed ji, switching is switching, VLAN is going to be VLAN. Maybe we need some more commands to enable because Nexus is a quite what we can say compartmentalized system. We need to enable whatever we want. Maybe there is a difference of commands, but the concepts are absolutely going to be same.
It's the same. Okay.
Yeah. Anybody else?
And what about
go ahead.
Next course, like after the switching fundamentals, you will start the next course, right?
Yeah, the multicast one is going to be again for 12 classes, and then we will be starting BGP VXLAN.
Yeah, and if I join for the courses, so if I'm not able to attend the classes, so I will be able to access the courses online, maybe after some time, maybe on the weekends.
Yes, all these recordings are going to be on my website. These are going to be available for you for next 2 years, along with the TCP course, means which is I'm going to give you free with that. So it is going to be there. It is going to be there for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone having any doubt? I can see. Okay, Mr. Mandar, do you have another question? I think I have.
I have one more question.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead. Rohit.
Actually, there was my friend. Okay, he want to start his career in networking side. So, is there any pre-requirement to complete for him or to complete the CCNA course in our website, or is he can directly join this
CCNA he can directly join. He can directly come to the website. Just open the CCNA course and start his networking journey.
No.
Yeah.
My question is, did he has to complete the CCNA, or he can directly join to this class? Like
this class, anybody can join. This class, basically, we will be starting from absolutely fundamentals of switching, and then we'll go. Yeah, he can join.
Because of that guy is like a fresher, BTech is completed recently, so he want to build a career in networking. So I'm just thinking whether I can go for ask him to complete the CCNA course.
I would say, I would say just. Ask him to complete the first lecture on the CCNA series, which is 3-hour lecture, which is the 0th lecture of the CCNA series. If he can do that, then basically he can join it. Okay.
Okay.
Because there I
Thanks,
have
man.
explained TCP/IP USI model, which is slightly required. Believe me, if you want to do this. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So basically, whoever has raised their hand, if they have another question, I can come directly, or you can just. So Amjad ji, do you have any other question? Amjad, Varun, Abhishek, Brajbhanu.
No. It's fine.
Perfect.
No, sir.
Hello, sir. One more question.
Yeah.
Can we
Name,
get the
please.
syllabus
First of all,
of
name.
this?
First of all, name, please.
Brajbhanu Das.
Brajbhanu ji. हाँ जी, कहिए. Please.
Sir, can we get the syllabus of the switching fundamental course?
Yeah, I have
What are the
written
topics
on
to
the
be
page.
covered?
So basically, what I will do is just after this class, I think if you see your WhatsApp messages, you will get a message where if you click on that, there is a complete page where I have showcased that what we are going to cover as a part of this switching fundamental course. Okay. Anybody else? Anyone? Okay. Please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So you mentioned the 2000 for this course, and you are also mentioning about the VXLAN EVPN. So is that part of the same course, fundamental course, or it's a separate package?
So basically, what I did is, see, to understand BGP VXLAN, you need to understand two basic things. One is switching fundamentals, and then multicast. And then we can we can talk about BGP VXLAN. So I divided this BGP VXLAN course into 3 parts, right? And we are talking about switching. So first 12 classes are going to be on switching, then next 12 classes going to be on multicast, and then last 12 classes are going to be on BGP VXLAN. But these are 3 different courses, right? The price is going to be 2,000 rupees each.
Okay, yeah, that's what my question. Thank you.
Anybody else? Means whatever comes to your mind, please do ask. Means anything.
Vishnu, just a small session. Mandar this side.
Mandar ji.
I am following your YouTube channels as well as your website from last 6 to 7 months.
Wow.
So only thing I just want to one suggestion from my side, or maybe you can guide us. Actually, because I am from Mumbai and every day we travel almost 3 hours. So we want to learn during the train journey actually, but unfortunately it is not working in the online mode. Like it is not app based.
You want app
or like that. So yeah. In future, if you can consider those requests, it will be great.
You said it and
Thanks.
I heard it. Believe me, we are working on this. Okay.
Thanks.
You will be getting it soon, because I understand, because that if that time period can be saved in something learn, and if we learn during the time period, it is going to be great. We are working on this. Maybe I'm not sure about the dates because it is slightly slow work, but we are working on this. Okay, Mandarji?
Thanks, Vishnu.
Yeah. Anybody else? Any doubt, any question, anything which is coming to your mind, please do ask. Okay. So I don't see anything now. So probably means if you join this course, you will. I'll see you tomorrow, 7 to 8 or 8 to 9, whatever or 7:30 to 9 or 9 to 10:30, whatever class you will be in. I hope to see you again. Have a nice night ahead. Bye for now.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir.